I'm trying.
All right. I see that you're a very softly spoken young lady. Of course, I am talking with Mrs. Marlene Street-Forrest, who is the general manager of the Jamaica Stock Exchange. I want to say good evening and welcome to you. Thank you for agreeing to be a guest on the Conduit show. How are you doing?
Good evening, and thanks for having me. I'm doing fine, thank you.
It's still very, very low, Mrs. Street-Forrest. I'm just wondering, can you adjust the volume on your phone? Is that possible to make it just a little bit louder?
It's totally up.
It is?
Are you
Uh,
hearing
m-
any better? It's
um,
totally up.
you know what? Maybe it's my headset. I'm not too sure because you just seem very, very low. All right, let's see. Okay. All right, let me say welcome again to Marlene Street-Forrest. As I said before, she is the general manager of the Jamaica Stock Exchange, and she also serves as secretary of the company, and she's a director of the JCSD and the JCSD trustee service. Correct? What is the JCSD?
It is a Jamaica Central Securities Depository. So when persons buy shares, then the settlement of those transactions take place in the Jamaica Central Securities Depository. It actually houses all the shares that are um, in the various companies. So if you are an investor, you can deposit your shares. You don't have to have them in certificated environment paper. You can deposit those shares electronically with the JSE. And so when you're ready to sell or you're ready to buy more, then that um, company will be able to tell you what is your balance on the various um, companies that you have invested in.
Right. Okay. So, Mrs. Can I call you Marlene?
Oh, most certainly.
Thank you so much. I love that. How long have you been with the Jamaica Stock Exchange?
I have been with the Jamaica Stock Exchange for 15 years now.
Wow. So you know what you're talking about.
Well, I would imagine.
Okay. So um, we understand that executives from the Jamaica Stock Exchange are planning a trip to New York City
Yes,
shortly. I believe the first meeting is going to be taking place this Saturday in the Bronx. Is that correct?
that is quite correct. Saturday, November 21, we will be at the St. Luke's Episcopal, and
Episcop-
that will be from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m.
right.
And
Okay.
we will be
Go ahead.
we will be speaking on how persons the understanding of the stock exchange, how one invests, how one plans for financial retirement, and even a little about buying and selling real estate in Jamaica.
Right. So, what is the purpose for the stock exchange for this trip to New York City?
It is a deepening of our association with the members of the diaspora. You know that we recently had the diaspora conference in Jamaica, and out of that, many persons said they wanted to know more about investing in the stock market. As a matter of fact, you might not believe, but some persons even said, do we really have a stock market in Jamaica? So the objective really is to give persons an understanding of the stock market in Jamaica, how one benefits from investing in the market, how one invests in the market, in fact, and what are the conduits that you can use in investing in the market, how easy it is to invest in the market. We are not going to be speaking about particular investments. What we are doing is to give as much information about our environment, how secure it is, who regulates us, and just to make persons understand about the market and feel comfortable about looking at equities and other as another form of investment.
Right, because I know some persons may feel a bit wary about investing in a market when perhaps they're outside of the country.
Exactly.
So
Yes.
basically you're going to be explaining the processes and explaining, assuring people.
Most definitely.
Why should people in the diaspora invest in the Jamaican Stock Exchange?
Well, it is investing in companies that are listed on the exchange, and it is a general thing. What are the benefits? One invests and one looks at return, how much return you can get on an investment. So, we are providing information so that they could look at it and say, look, if I invest in a particular market, my return on investment might be this higher than if I had put the money in savings account or if I had put the money in, say, government papers. And so we are providing that opportunity because so often one, especially persons in the diaspora, know that, Jamaicans or the Caribbean people more look to them for, probably even handout. But we are saying, look, there is a reciprocal arrangement. There is a benefit both ways from investing in the market. It provides the funds for growth, economic growth and development in Jamaica, as well as it will provide good return on investment for those who invest in the market. So there is a double benefit.
Right, right. Now, I understand that, so when you say Jamaica Stock Exchange, I understand that there's also a subsidiary stock exchange called a junior market.
Okay. And let me clarify that.
Please.
So there is one stock exchange, but we operate various markets. So we operate what is called a main market, and these are more the senior companies, if you will, that are listed on that market.
Mm-hmm.
Then in 2009, we started what is called the junior market. So it's one exchange, different market.
Okay.
With the junior market, and the junior market really caters for small and medium-sized companies. So there are additional benefits for small and medium-sized companies that list on the junior market because we realized that there was a need for companies to get funds, and we really had to try to attract them to getting equity financing rather than debt financing. Because too often a business goes belly up when the dependence is primarily on debt financing. So many of these small and medium-sized companies, 23 now, have listed or have sought to get funds from the market through offering their shares to investors. And these companies have been doing very well. In fact, if you compare the index, because we have index for every market, and if you compare the index last year to this year, you would see that the junior market has increased in the value of the prices of shares by 101%.
Wow.
Now that's significant. And that also tells you the sort of increase in the price as you bought those shares earlier last year. It gives you an idea
Of what?
the increase in the value of those shares. So any investor, whether they are in Jamaica or United States, Canada, or wherever, to them now. So what we are saying is that there is value in being shareholder in companies listed on any exchange, and we are saying, look, this is the information relating to the Jamaica Stock Exchange.
Right. Now, I have another question here, and I want to say, Andrea Daly, thank you for your help with the questions. We're still having difficulty hearing you, Marlene, but we're going to push through with this. I'm hoping that I'll be able to boost the recording aspect of our conversation so that we can then disseminate the information to a wider audience. But can you talk about the current bullish mood of the stock market, and what does that mean in layman's terms?
Okay, what it means to be bullish, what it is that the prices on the market has increased, has improved compared to a particular period. There is bullishness means that there is confidence in the market.
As opposed to bearish.
Yes. Most persons are looking towards the market to invest their money. So there is a sense of excitement followed by action in terms of investing in the market.
But of course, the caveat that goes with that is that what goes up also may come down. Who are you targeting especially to be participants at the upcoming town hall meetings? Who should attend these meetings?
Okay, I want to just answer about going up and down. A market generally will go up and it will go down. It will correct itself on good or bad news, and that is why investing in the market, investing in stocks, buying into companies is a long-term investment. If you started a business of your own, it would be a long-term investment. Nobody goes into business for a year or 2 years. They go into business for a consistent period. It is the same way when you are an investor into that business. You are an owner. And so investing in the stock market or investing in companies, you are a shareholder, and it is a long-term impact. So one would expect that sometimes a business will do good or a business will do bad, and so there will be ups and downs in any market, whether it is the stock market or even the market where you buy your goods and services. We are targeting and we are going to be speaking with persons, normal mom and pop, persons who don't know anything about the market at this point, persons who know something about the market, because when we are there, we are giving more information. We'll be talking about the fact that we have just launched our online trading platform, which allows persons to invest easier, wherever they are in the world. So we are going to be looking at talking with seasoned investors and those who are not so savvy. So we are going to be doing the ABCs of investment. We'll be also talking to persons who have businesses in the United States and care to want to come to Jamaica and open a subsidiary, want to list on our exchange. The market is there for you as well. So, it's a mix of persons, but we are prepared to discuss at any length or at any level, so that when we are through, persons will have a good understanding about the Jamaica Stock Exchange, know what to do, who to call, whether it is the broker, the exchange directly, and so have a better appreciation that there is this particular institution which is serving Jamaicans and can serve them as well.
Wow. And that is really a very, very kind of well-rounded answer to my question, because I was going to ask you, what's the overall goal at the end of this tour? And I think you kind of touched on it in your previous answer.
Yes, so we want to increase the number of investors. We want the persons overseas in New York and elsewhere to benefit from what Jamaica has to offer. It's not a one-way street. And we also know that when they invest in Jamaica, Jamaica will also benefit from the buoyancy of the market. Really, it is a two-way street.
So basically, Marlene, what you're saying is that if you have any qualms or if you have any doubts or if you're not sure, then persons should come along to the various town hall meetings, and perhaps you'd like to speak. We did mention that the town hall meetings kick off this coming Saturday, which is Saturday the 21st of November at St. Luke's Episcopal Church in the Bronx. And the address is 777 East 222nd Street. And the time for that one, I think, is 5 to 7 p.m.
5 p.m. to 7 p.m.,
Okay, so that's on the Saturday, this coming Saturday. And then following that...
yes, we will have Lennox Road Baptist, and that's the Sunday, November 22, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. again. And this is 1356 Northern Avenue, and that's Brooklyn, New York.
And then...
on the Monday, it's St. John UMC, and that's November 23, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., and it's 2105 Short Avenue, Valley Street, New York.
Right. So we've got 3 locations. We've got the Bronx, we've got Brooklyn, and we've got Valley Stream, and that starts on November the 21st. Now, if persons cannot attend any of those town hall meetings, how would they be able to perhaps get in touch with you, or what is the website for the Jamaica Stock Exchange?
It is www.jamstock, JAMSTOCKEX.com.
Could you repeat that again for me, please, Marlene?
www.jamstock, that's JAMSTOCKEX.com.
Okay, great. So if persons are not able to attend, and definitely we're going to post this video of our conversation so that people who missed the show today can understand that the Jamaica Stock Exchange is coming. You know, if you've never ever invested, why not invest in Jamaica? So I want to ask you also, Marlene, can anyone invest in the Jamaican Stock Exchange, or are you primarily targeting Jamaicans and Caribbean nationals?
No, anyone can invest in companies that are listed on the Jamaica Stock Exchange. There's no barrier to entry in terms of whether you are a Jamaican or otherwise. Anyone can invest in our market and the stocks that are listed on the exchange.
Right, and you make a very, very crucial point that once you become a shareholder of those companies, then you are a part of that company.
That is correct.
So you have a voice too.
You have a voice, and we have very seasoned professional persons who are at the helm of all these companies that are listed on the exchange. We also regulate the companies, and the information on a quarterly basis and on annual basis must be sent to the stock exchange. It is also available on our website, so persons have information in abundance
About each company.
to make sound decisions. Yes.
Right. So how does a company get listed on the stock exchange, whether it's the main stock exchange or the junior stock exchange?
Okay. And I'm going to take you just to one process, which is the initial public offering.
Okay.
And that is an IPO.
IPO.
Yes. So persons might have heard of that. IPO, which is an initial public offering. So a company says, look, I want to raise funds from the public, and so there are certain requirements that the stock exchange has that govern the company listing. So the company must be a company registered in Jamaica or the CARICOM, or alternatively, if not, the company must be listed on a major exchange. If the company is over 5 years old, the company must have audited financial statements in order to put into that document. Because when there's an IPO, what the company will do is issue what is called a prospectus.
Mm-hmm.
And a prospectus is nothing more than information, a document which gives information on the company. Who we are, why do we need this money, what are our plans, what is our financial
Outlook.
history, and what is our probably our financial projection.
Mm-hmm.
You know, management discussion and analysis on this company. And the company will say how much I want to raise and how much that converts in the number of shares and the price of the shares. So all of that information will be into a prospectus, which is going to be approved by the Company's Office of Jamaica, and there will be no objection if upon review there is nothing that is untoward. The Financial Services Commission, which is the body that regulates the securities market, will say there's no objection. The stock exchange will also review that prospectus. That prospectus is then posted on the Jamaica Stock Exchange's website, and there is a given period where persons are invited to partake or to buy shares in that company. After that time is expired, the offer closes, and then the company then makes an application to the Jamaica Stock Exchange to list its shares on the exchange, to say, yes, this is another company that is offering its shares to the public and will offer it, and the shares will continue to trade on the market in what is called a secondary market. Now, there's a listing committee who reviews that application, and it's thought fit, then they will approve that listing. When the company is listed, that's pre-listing. When the company is listed, what happens is that all those shareholders who bought shares in the company, that information goes to what is called the Jamaica Central Securities Depository. And the depository has information now on all these shareholders who have bought shares. So that's the initial listing. After which the company can now begin to trade its shares. So if I bought shares in ABC, that's a company who has come to market,
Mm-hmm.
and then I want to sell the shares to ABC, to somebody else, we provide a market, a trading platform within which
To transact.
the persons can exactly
Right.
make a secondary market transaction. And this is good because it means that if I don't want to keep those shares, there is that conduit, that avenue to sell the shares. If I wanted to buy more, there's still that's the same avenue to purchase more shares.
Right. Well, this is fascinating. Even though I hate to say it, that what you were saying, I hope that the Conduit listeners were able to hear, because I'm listening keenly and some aspects kind of faded out. But I want to ask you, Marlene, who are going to be
And
the
I'm
speakers?
shouting.
I know. I think it's the distance perhaps and the connection. We sometimes have challenges with our technology. We're so advanced in some aspects, but never mind. It is what it is. The information is here, and we're going to try and boost the audio aspect of this conversation so that it goes out on the video and it's more succinct and that people can actually hear. But of course, if people really want to get it straight from the horse's mouth, so to speak, then they need to be at one of the town hall meetings. Are you going to be presenting at any or all of those town hall sessions?
I will be presenting at possibly two, and our Deputy General Manager will be presented at the first meeting, which would be at St. Luke's Episcopal, and I can tell you, it will be as easy as ABC. We are going to make it so easy and so entertaining for persons who come out, and I want them to come out and take everybody with them. Whoever they know, just drag them along and come and get the information.
Absolutely, because I mean, even if they're not ready to invest at this stage, who knows? Once they come along and hear and see the presentation, and understand what the goal is, because it's also to grow the economy and to help businesses in Jamaica to expand, then
Yes,
I'm hoping that the patriotic streak will kick in and any concerns that they have can be addressed at these town hall meetings.
precisely.
I think it's a great move, and I'm very glad that the Jamaica Stock Exchange, because I'm sure, as you said before, there are some persons who may not even have known of the existence of a Jamaica Stock Exchange.
That is correct.
So definitely, I love the outreach, and that you're reaching out to the diaspora to give them the information, to give them the knowledge, and we're happy that you chose the Conduit to impart some of that knowledge. So we in turn will carry the banner, carry the flag, and encourage people. I'm from the Bronx, so definitely I'm going to be rounding up the Bronx people and getting them to attend this meeting, which is taking place next Saturday. And then on Sunday you'll be moving to Brooklyn, and then on Monday it will be the turn of the people in Valley Stream.
Yes, that's correct.
So I'm hoping to get a chance to meet you in person.
I hope I will see you, and it was indeed a pleasure to be on and
Th-
to explain a little, but we have much more.
Absolutely, absolutely. I know time doesn't really permit, because the presentations are actually slated for 2 hours, so I know that you're going to be going in depth and also giving people an opportunity to address their questions and address those questions to you too.
Exactly, because we want it to be interactive.
I love that. I love that. So not too much talking at, but there'll be interaction back and forth.
Exactly.
All right. So I'm speaking to Marlene Street-Forrest, who is the general manager of the Jamaica Stock Exchange, and she's given the Conduit listeners just a snippet of what the Stock Exchange, Jamaica Stock Exchange, is, and the reason for your attendance at the upcoming town hall meetings that are kicking off this coming Saturday, November 21st in the Bronx, and then in Brooklyn on Sunday, the 22nd, and then moving to Valley Stream. So I'm going to be posting the information of the different venues of the town hall meetings and encouraging people to attend, because knowledge is power, I think. Miss Marlene Street-Forrest, I want to say thank you very much for being a guest on the Conduit Show. Thank you for bringing this pertinent information to the members of the diaspora. At the end of the day, we who are from Jamaica, from the Caribbean, really do have that streak that we want to grow our home island, even if we're not really born there like myself. So this is definitely an opportunity which you can assist in the growth of the country. And I want to say thank you very much for presenting the information this evening on the Conduit Show.
It was my pleasure to be with you and your listeners. Have a good night.
I'm going to give you the last word. Do you want to say anything? Do you have family members here, perhaps?
Well, I do have family members there, and I think I will be meeting up with them when I go.
When you come.
When I come to New York,
Right.
and also friends. You know, we as Caribbean people, we have a lot of friends in New York, and so it will be a pleasure to be there again.
I should tell you to bring some warm items of clothing, because the weather is changing and we're experiencing a bit of a cold snap. So, get the sweaters ready. But I look forward to seeing you next week.
Thanks for that information. I will gear up.
Definitely. Safe travels then until next week.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right, take care now.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye. All right, people. Oh my goodness, I was boosting that feed there, but I suspect the recording is very, very low.